Ladies and gentlemen, I am User, the game is Star Trek Online, and welcome once again to the Tribble Time Warp for Delta Rising. It is the 22nd of September 2014, and we're continuing our look at the Delta Alliance space sets. We looked at the operations set last time, the one I keep referring to as the ordnance set out of habit because it's mostly weaponry. This time around we're going to take a look at the primary systems, the deflector, the hyper-efficient drive, the warp core, and the shield array. So, deflector array first. This is a very solid science and defensive array. Plus 5 shield and auxiliary power, plus 35 starship hull repair and structural integrity, plus 17.5 power insulators. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary, but a very, very solid combination all the same. Likewise, the hyper-efficient impulse engines kind of surprised me actually. Normally you see hyper-efficient setups on an escort run or even a fighter, but you don't normally expect to see them on defensive setups like the deflector array would suggest you get. Normally you expect builds around shield and auxiliary power to run low engine power, and of course hyper-efficient drives tend to do rather badly at low engine power, pretty much by definition. However, on the stats you have got 35 inertial dampeners, as well as a fairly typical setup for flight speed, turn rate, and another plus 5 engine power setting. So you have got plus 5 shields, plus 5 auxiliary, plus 5 engines. No boost to weapon power, but hey, there are ways and means around that one, and I've got one of them right here, the plasmionic leech. However, that again, fairly unremarkable. It's a hyper-efficient impulse drive, decent set of boosts, but meh, there's better around. The real fun starts with the warp core. The core itself is a fairly standard Mark 12 warp core. Maximum warp factor of 10, plus 17.5 shield performance, 7.5 auxiliary to shield transfer. That makes it a very nice option for science vessels, a very, very nice option if you're running a Vesta and have 3 auxiliary phaser cannon up front. And the starship power insulators and electroplasma are handy to have, but I wouldn't necessarily give the world for them. The interesting bit is the efficiency bonus. Now, plus 5 shield power, bonus increasing at low engine power. Bear in mind that we've got a hyper-efficient impulse drive here. This thing is not a typical efficiency bonus, is it? Normally when you have an efficiency bonus, it is on a system and it bases itself off low power in that system. So you might have efficient boost for engines based at low engine power, efficiency boost to shields based at low shield power. This is efficiency boost to shields, but it's based on a low engine power, which is kind of interesting because most defensive builds, as I say, typically run low engine power. By definition, they're running mid to high weapons, mid to high shields, and there's not much else left to go around, and what there is typically ends up in the auxiliary systems to boost hazard emitters. So that is one of those abilities that is actually going to get quite a bit of mileage, and I'm interested whether or not Cryptic intended that by design, or if they initially intended it to be either a shield or engine efficiency boost. Most likely engine efficiency, given that, yes, we've got a hyper-efficient impulse drive in this set, and they've simply not gotten around to changing one of the dependencies. Bit of a weird one, that, but at least it confirms that efficiency is not confined to within a single system. We also have an increase to the shield power cap, allowing you to go over 125, so potentially 130 maximum shield power there. Again, a very solid defensive setup. The other 2 abilities that this core comes with are the Trajector Warp Core Self-Teleport and the Transwarp to the Delta Sector. Now, at the moment this is the only way to get a Transwarp to the Delta Quadrant, and it has to be said that I'm in 2 minds about this. On the one hand, yes, it's a time saver and a convenience. The problem is where it dumps you to. So if we go to Delta Sector block, incidentally, it does not use one Delta Alliance Trajector Warp Core, it just requires it. It doesn't actually consume the core, you can relax. So, kick the Scotsman out of the engine room. And here we are, right in the top left-hand corner at the middle of nowhere. given that jumping to Taldewa and then heading through the Jenolan gate would normally dump you out by the sphere here, I have to wonder if this actually represents any kind of time saving, because you're going to spend a considerable point of time just legging it back down to the sphere, and from there on to the rest of the quadrant. And I seriously need to do some time trials and see whether or not a jump to the Taldewa and then the quick dive north to the Jenolan sphere and then out here would be quicker. I suspect it would, if only because there are less loading screens involved, but as I say, that's one to break out the stopwatch on and do some time trials off screen if I remember. The trajector jump has been described as a mini Picard manoeuvre, and that's basically what it is. It's got 80% of the functionality, I would say. The teleport 5 kilometers forward, and it does give you a quick bonus to stealth for 2 seconds, but it's not the full-on Picard manoeuvre console that we got with the Constellation a few weeks back. Critically, you do not get the damage bonus, you do not get the 6 seconds of untargetability, so it has the virtue, I suppose, of not requiring a console slot, but as I say, 80% of the functionality, the teleport, I can live with that. Anyhow, the shield array, this is a doozy. This is quite a nice little setup. 7.8k base on a cruiser. That is about on a core with most covariant arrays, and that's what you'd expect considering it's only got 137 passive regen every 6 seconds. But then, hey, who cares about passive regen? Real selling points are the resistance to shield drain if you're up against the Borg, as well as 10% all-around energy damage resist and another 10% on top from Polarons. Bear in mind, we have got several races in the Delta Quadrant that like their Polaron weapons, most notably the Hazari, and if memory serves, the Vardwa as well, so this particular set will definitely serve you well against them. It also has a Unimatrix shielding proc, 10% chance when hit for 5% shield hardness for 10 seconds, can stack up to 3 times, so potentially that is 35% shield hardening against Polaron, 25% against everyone else. And let's face it, you are going to rack up that Unimatrix shielding proc if you are being hit in any way, shape or form, even if it is only a 10% proc chance. Bear in mind it's per hit, so getting slapped by all 4 hits from a beam array gives you a pretty solid chance. These are Mark 12 values. You can, of course, upgrade to Mark 13 and Mark 14 if you have got a stinkingly high number of kits and dilithium to play with. 106,240 from 012 to 013. Oh dear lord. Let me grab a calculator for a second, because 106,000, that is 54 kits. 54 kits of green quality, mind you, 54 green quality kits multiplied by 700, 37,800 dilithium if I'm doing my sums right, but let me just double check, because this would be a bad moment to get my maths wrong. So 106,240 divided by 2,000 is 53.12. Bear in mind that there is absolutely no possibility of an overflow from Mark 11. You can only get these at Mark 12, so that is 54 kits required. Multiply it by 700 dilithium a time. Yep, 37,800 dilithium on green kits to get up to Mark 13. If you're using the 12,800 purple kits, by contrast, that is 106,240 divided by 12,800. 9 kits at, what is it, 1,050 dilithium a time. 9,450. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before with regard to the upgrade system, and I'll say it again. For the love of all that is holy, do not bother with the green kits unless you are absolutely swimming in dilithium, and let's face it, everyone's got better things to spend the purple rocks on. Anyhow, moving on, we need to get back on track. So, set bonus time, let's have a look at what we get. So, improved evasive manoeuvres, plus 25% additional defense when using evasive manoeuvres. Of course, if you're running emergency power to engines and the crystalline catastrophe Voth, that becomes even more powerful because you have much higher uptime on evasive manoeuvres. Subspace amplified thrusters, 20% speed, 20% flight turn rate, handy for anybody. And the foreset is kind of the last word in point defense, really. Prototype Tantalus Field, 2 kilometer sphere, 0.5 second activation, 2-minute recharge. Eliminates from existence enemy mines, torpedoes, turrets, small craft and inconvenient red shirts for 5 seconds. Now this is 5 max. I have to wonder how often it pulses, because if it's only taking 5 out at a time, we need to go and get shot at, don't we? Fine, we'll get a chance to use that later on. Of that I have no doubt. The Vardwar love their Tri-Cobalt mines, and one of their ships does actually have a weird little not quite alpha spread that dumps out 5 mines in a wedge shape behind it. I dare say we'll get something along those lines. Happily, we have a new mission to take care of as well, so needless to say, spoiler warning, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to get the next episode of the plot, now would be a good moment to stop watching. So, we are on to capture the flag. We are teaming up with the RRW Leset to confront the Vardwar. We actually had a plot point in the patrols earlier during Keep Your Enemies Closer, but suffice to say that we are hunting down the primary Vardwar bases, and a group of ships are currently under attack in the Olitus system, and the Leset is on its way there to render assistance. No doubt we will need to go and render assistance after them. So, Career Specific Mark 13 kit reward, which seems a little bit lackluster, but hey, let's get going. To the Olitus cluster. Olitus? To the violence. The Olitus system on the map, I note, rather than the cluster that it's being described as on the mission description. No matter. Engage the slipstream and then let's get going. Double check I've got this properly set up. So Polaron's in the front, Polaron's in the back. Tri-Cobalt cluster is on manual fire. We'll see how long that lasts. Absolutely positively check the manual firing. Yep, there we go. They still need to fix the text typo on that, by the way. Swing past the Type G star, plough through the nebula, and here we are, 2 light years out from Olitus. Doobie-doobie-doo. Also, please note that, yes, these are the Undine Counter Command graphics. They haven't put the Delta Alliance graphics in as yet for most things. So, begin, capture the flag. Oh, the memories. Oh, the Warsong Gulch memories. But let us begin. Aha, there's the Leset. So, this is one of the systems that got flagged up during our patrol with Sub-Commander Sahen, and the Vardwar fighting like demons. Right, so, good idea. The Hood will rescue the trapped ships while the Leset gets shot at. I am fine with that. Off you go, you've got the big guns. You're not meant to okay, that's a nice little scripted point. So I'm guessing that once we get closer it's scripted to decloak and begin rescuing, or at least distracting, the Vardwar. Let's just squirt in and see what happens. Oh, a Tri-Cobalt device. Well, let's see what this thing can do. Fires a Tri-Cobalt. Tantalus Field. We were a little bit out of range. And that's kind of a pretty sphere. However, can we get the Zealand up and running? No, we can't. Fine, we're just going to have to kill rather a lot of Vardwar the old-fashioned way. At least the Tri-Cobalt's still on manual fire, so engage cruiser command for weapons, lock on to one of the interdictors, and, well, drink! There we go. Interesting that that interdictor cruiser is behaving relatively statically. Also, where is my distraction? Sodding Romulans. Alright, let's just call in the Photonic Fleet. And kill the first vessel. Then lock onto the second. That's the Unimatrix shielding kicking in, by the way. Some of the Delta graphics seem to be in. And then we'll trajectory jump to bring us up on top of them. And then overshoot horribly, but no matter. Fine. Tricobalt out. Evasive to kick round. Rapid fire. High yield. Begin with the ownage. Boom. Get back here, you little sod. These Vardware vessels are notoriously nippy, it has to be said. Mind you, not the tablet. And now we get the opportunity to repair the Allied ship, which doesn't quite level with the mission description that we had, but no matter. Kick into range. Make the repairs. And we have some angry lizards backing us up. Are they going to be any good? I have no idea. Let's find out. Well, he just popped tachyon beam, so yes, it looks like he is going to help. And the warp plasma. Half a second late, mate, but not a bad idea against these guys. Okay, fire the isokinetic cannon. Boom. And make the kill. Rather assault vessel again, line it up. Get the Tricobalt shot out, evade round, rapid fire, high yield. Fire everything. And yes, that's another drink if you've been paying attention. Boom. And boom. Okay, so that's one rescued. Now we can move on to the Typhoon. I'm guessing our next ally will be a Romulan. Okay, so line up on one scout vessel. Where, oh, where is the Lesset? Oh. Tricobalt device, the Tantalus field missed. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Okay, let's loop round. Give it a shot with the isokinetics. And then follow up with the polyrons just to collapse the shields. Boom, boom, boom-ty-boom. There we go. Right, repair the Typhoon. You're welcome, Cap. Oh, it's you. Right. Harry blew you off, did he? Let's go get our third disabled Alliance ship. Interesting that it's out of range. And no, that looks like a... yeah, it's a Nausicaan Talon that's being beaten on by a Vardware heavy artillery vessel. I love those guys. Like I love bad headaches and extensive builds. However, begin the beating. Interesting. How are we hitting its forward shields, I wonder? And, okay, it just called in reinforcements from underspace. Fine. Wait a minute, where did the original go? Okay, Tantalus field is still on cooldown. Can't do anything about that Tricobalt for the moment, except just kill it the old-fashioned way. There we go. And why are my dual heavies? Well, they are firing, but seems a little lackluster. Boom. Okay, right. Tricobalt cluster. Blast it, we missed that shot. That would have been a good test for the Tricobalt for the Tantalus field. And is that Vardware vessel missing its textures somehow? Certainly looks like it from this range. Fine. Intercept and then open fire. Fine by me. There we go. Again, that's just punch out. Of course, Polaron weapons. I'm forgetting the... That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't see the usual shield draining effect, and that might be textures anyway. So where's that rear shield damage coming from? Because nobody's in range to hit it. Curiouser and curiouser. We'll just trajectory jump out of that if you don't mind. Thank you. Tantalus field is back if we need it. Let's close up on this heavy artillery vessel, loop back in, and begin the pounding. Again, it's lost forward shield despite not getting hit. What on earth is going on there? Fine, we'll dump the Tricobalt cluster torp. That should get some good results. It's moving again, unfortunately. And fire. Come on, give me a warhead to work with. I want to test this Tantalus field again. Again with this opposite shield malarkey. Really not sure what's going on there. Isokinetic should kill it. Almost, but there we go. Fine. All that remains now is to finish off the Vardware. Interesting that the summoned assault vessels are not counting from the point of view of making the repairs. Come on, drop dead. More like it. Thank you. And pretty much last and most definitely least, one more assault vessel. Boom. Okay, let's fix up the Nausicans. And what's that red glow? No matter. Fix the Nausicans and we should be pretty much good. There we go, they're ready to fight. Pity there's nobody left to fight. Or maybe there is. Repel the incoming Vardware fleet, and where have you been? Anyhow. Oh, there you are. Right, well, we have some incoming Tricobalts, so stand by the Tantalus field. 5 kilometers, initiate. Well, it worked, and then it promptly crashed with an ST table GUID error. 9942 is not unique. On ticket ID 35114329. What was I doing? Killing Vardware fleet in... what's the mission called? Capture the flag. At least the Romulans actually bothered to show for this section of the fight. Anyhow, let's get back in. Right then, here we are, right in the middle of the Vardware fleet. That's a very bad place to be in. We have lost contact with the Lesset. Oops. I'm wondering if that was scripted or not. Well, we'll probably find out at some point. I hope we just didn't get the Romulan flagship destroyed. That would be embarrassing. Anyhow. make with the ownage. Let's quickly polish off these Vardwer. Ow. Okay, no, it doesn't look like it's deliberate. It may just be that the less set goes disable when it hits a certain percentage. It's repairing itself at the moment. Unfortunately, we were crashed out at the time, so that may need to be checked out. Another texture bug on the Vardwer assault vessel. No matter. Beat it down. Also interesting that the Talon and the Typhoon aren't doing anything, lazy little sods. Alright, another run in with the Tricobalt device. Or rather, the Tantalus, and fire. There we go. Is it going to work on this next one? Nope, it isn't. Fire. Okay, maybe this is not the last word in point defense. Oh, great. It's summoning more assault vessels. Lovely. Yeah, definitely got texture flickering problems there. Also got another Tricobalt bomb incoming. Come on. Engage. Damn it. On the bright side, we did get out of the way just in time to avoid a rather nasty beating from that cannon barrage. So, look up, track round, lock onto the Vardwer assault vessel, and then kill the little sod before it does unmentionable things to us. Come on. Down you go. Suddenly packing ridiculously tough shields. Also of interest is that the music is cutting in and out. That is very weird. Normally that's never been an issue before. And just got wrecked again. This is very odd. Let me just boost the music up for a second. Come on, give me options. So, audio, music volume. Turn that right up for the moment. Let's go kill this SOB. Field. Will it work? Just. As far as point defense goes, I'm thinking that a tractor repulse is still currently the best option going. Evasives. Yep. Away, reverse your polarity, and then hard over. Yeah, the music's definitely cutting in and out here. Escape, options, audio, overall volume, number of channels, speakers up, device TSP is on. I've not changed anything there. Advanced software cursor, no, I've not messed with any of my settings. I've not changed any sound drivers. I've not moved the sound card. What on earth is going on here? I've never known the music cut out like that mid-fight before. Okay, no matter. Let's roll in again. And jump! And the assault vessels are back. Terrific! And another bit of weirdness that it's draining the opposite shield face, or at least appears to. That is very curious indeed. Is that just a display issue? I will know. Oh, try Cobalt. Evade, evade, evade. Target that. Kill it. Loop round. Really should have slotted tractor repulsors at some point. I might I'll fix that later on. Music cuts again. I think it's a display bug. The ship status indicator is draining the correct shield facing. And if we pitch round and get the forward guns and just collapse the shield again. Wait, no you don't. No, try Cobalts. Brace, 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 brace. Thank you. So, collapse down. 45, 48, 45. if we can get through a shield facing before this dies from bleed through. The only thing I've changed that I can think of, boom, a distress signal from the Lesset. Yeah, that was scripted as a disablement. Then, well, let's just clear this Voth where it stops that way. The only thing I've changed in my system setup since the last Time Warp has been the new NVIDIA drivers, the 344s, that were released today, and I can't see why that would be messing with the audio subsystems. It's as though it's suddenly lacking channels. That's the only way I can describe it. Very, very curious. Boom. Anyway, that's dealt with the last of the Voth. Let's go help out the Lesset. And the two laziest battleships in the history of the Federation. So, hail the Lesset. Okay, the Voth will now control the ship. And, okay, looks like we're going to be boarding the Lesset. Fine, let's go kill some Voth and save some Romulans. This won't leave a bad taste in the mouth at all. On the bright side, we get to test the Delta Alliance ground set. Well, hey, that was unscheduled. Hey guys, some respect, eh? Good to see we're getting more and more of it. So, switch into a more appropriate ground uniform and let's have a look at what we've got by way of the new toys. Now then, fairly standard stuff, you'll have to excuse the artwork. The Delta Alliance combat armour. Resistances are generally lower than the Mako, however you do get slightly more hit points and it does reduce all energy damage to shields by 20%. So we'll load that in, equip that. Then there is the rifle. Now there are two choices here, both a disruptor version and a phaser version. And the phaser version, when I can find it, borrows the classic Voyager look. So let's just load this up. Here we are, compression phaser rifle. You know, let's just pull this out, get a look at it. There we go. The classic Voyager compression phaser rifle. This should be fun to try. I've been wanting to try out the secondary fire mode on this for a while. And the third item is, of course, the personal shield. So, Delta Alliance Unimatrix personal shield. Now, as far as numbers go, compression phaser rifle, 4 shots of 42.5 for 125.9 DPS. That's kind of impressive. 5% chance stun, half duration versus player. That's standard phaser proc, minus 50% run speed likewise. On hit, you have a 5% shield hardness. For 10 seconds, that is a 25% chance, so you should be pretty good. Bear in mind that you're firing 4 shots on each burst, 5% chance of an expose on the primary attack. Bear in mind that is only a 5% chance, since it's your standard shot, it would be a 10% chance on the secondary. The compression wide beam setting is basically a hose down the enemy option. Likewise, the disruptor version gives you pretty much the same, it just does disruptor rather than phaser damage. So let's have a look at the shields while we're here. 479 shield capacity, 50% drain resistance, and a chance of shield hardness if we get hit. Maybe that's 25%. Now, assuming it stacks with the rifle, that is potentially a good 30% shield hardening that we can come up with, on top of the 20% reduction by stats. So that's potentially 50% shield hardening, more or less. Anyhow, let's have a quick look at some of the other options. So, Tactical biosecretary, and more hit points and extra run speed. And the 3-set, the high frequency EMP destroys mechanical enemy turrets, drones and small devices, disables ranged weapons for 6 seconds in a 30-meter sphere. Okay. That should be interesting to try out. Basically, it's weapon malfunction in a pocket. Now let's just quietly tidy everything up. I didn't mean to actually heal you, mate. Sorry. I mean, it's not that I want you dead or anything, but you can stop saluting now, by the way. Anyhow, Lieutenant, let's talk. Why are we in Commander Jirok's quarters? They're jamming transport communications, and the commander's course is one place to speakers, and your... The other areas were the secondary control room, storage room 10, and well, the final one's a surprise. That's going to be the Thalaron pulse room, isn't it? Scenarios, there's several hundred holodeck simulations. Okay. Oh, right, he's contemplated a scenario involving you boarding me. Well, you're welcome. We'll have to discuss it at some point, I'm sure. Of course, you're Romulan, so let's face it, you probably wouldn't tell me everything anyway. What was this anyway? This was scenario 4591. I dread to think what the other 4590 involved. Okay, so we need to go storm the medbay and get Dr. Kratak. Then we need to retake the armory, and Lieutenant Terrell should be there after that. They are 4591 or 3291, although they may well be... What will you be doing? You're in here, and then... Okay. So what did happen in scenario 2792? I'm guessing it ended badly. Very well, let's get to the medbay and break out Dr. Kretak. So, nice quarters, by the way. Can we get an expanded scimitar bridge like this? Preferably minus the sparks and the Vardwer firefight. Dead Romulans, that's probably a good... Wait a minute, what was that as an interact? There we go, assisting the crew member. Bingo, this must be an optional. Okay, well let's keep moving then. He's dead, Jim. Yep. Can we do anything for this one? No, fine. Time to keep moving. Clear corridor. Consider the balance. Why have they got a deferring one? Oh yes, this is the other thing I want to test. The tactical orbital strike. Unfortunately, we're going to need an exposed target to do it, so... Okay, range isn't great, but... Primary fire does the job quite nicely. Oh, right, it's the bartender. Nerol, hi, what can you tell me? They have no respect for anything. Civilian scientist and not a trained kill... I appreciate you not finishing that word. Anyhow, stay safe. Okay, meantime, let's see if there are any crew that we can check. Wow, I really do want this as an expanded scimitar interior. In fact, can we just have it as a foundry map as well? That would be really nice, because someone planned a lot of work in this, and it's a shame if it only gets used for one scenario. Now, do you need to do anything? Nope, fine. Let's keep pushing ahead. Assist the next Ninja crew member. Bingo. Yes, you have. Think of them like dumb Klingons. And you're probably not too far off the mark. Fine, push it up. Very dead. There you are. Hi guys, we're here to hurt you. Now come on, give me an expose. Don't think I go. Oh wow, this rifle packs a punch. I may have a new favourite toy on the ground. My apologies to the manufacturers of the TR-116. Come on. Aha! Right. Target. No, I wanted... Ah! Blasted mouse-driven targeting. No matter, that's cleared the place out. Hello, Doctor. Let's get to work, shall we? Okay, and we're following a plan made by Gaius. That's excellent. How do you know about the security team? Because he's watched enough, he'd send someone else to the bridge. And I also know he's made a few modifications to almost every console in that ship. Yeah, good for you, Dr. Kratak. You are suitably paranoid. Then again, I suppose if you're a Romulan medic, you would know. I wonder what the modifications included. Probably at least one explosive. Fine, I'll kind of get off echo. It was nice knowing you, mate. You're dead. Good luck. Oh, cutscene. 3, 2, 1. They're all dead. Well, look, just shoot him repeatedly. Why is it that whenever someone follows my advice, it ends badly? Whoa. Okay. That was impressive, even by Vardwer's standards. Still, you have to admire the spirit of 5 rounds rapid. Even if they did empty considerably more than 5 rounds into him. Was that one of the new compression rays? Yeah. Fine, they died. Well, that wasn't a surprise. Huh, not ghouls. So who's our resident Superman then? Okay. I run simulations where they failed, but none like this. Okay, that's wonderful. So we're heading to the armory. Let's find Lieutenant Terrell. Also, let's patch up some of these guys if we can. Lovely. Vardwer super soldiers. That's going to be interesting. Can we... I don't suppose we could hoik this stuff up with some Elachi modifications and just do a little brainwashing? No, that's unethical, is it? Fine, pity, no matter. Next stop is the turbo lift. To the armory. Aha, we still have some Romulans fighting. We had some Romulans fighting. Come on, give me an expose. Preferably before they all... Aha, there we go. And line up. Yeah, they're dying too quickly. Come on. Target. Fire secondary. And... Come on. Come on. Oh, for heaven. I'll just fall over. Wow, this rifle's packing a punch. It's only Mark 12. I'm liking it. Prefer the older looks, but I can live with that. Heinous helm time after all. Okay, Vardwer is still in a firefight, so with a bit of luck we can flank him before this goes completely downhill. Hey guys, we're here to hurt you. Yeah, that was effective. We're having a firefight next to live plasma torpedoes. I gotta admit, they come well stocked. Right, let's talk, shall we? Ha! We have problems in the brig and in engineering. Zionel is engineering, Jirok and Merrill are in the brig. Okay, let's go get Commander Jirok out of trouble. We're heading to the brig. What on earth was she doing in the brig? Fine. Far be it from me to question it. Come on, give me an expo. Thank you. Right, target and... There's a... Whoa! Yeah, that does exactly what I thought it would do. It's rather a long warm-up, it has to be said. I've dropped targets on a couple of occasions that should have been going down anyway, but let's keep moving. Can we help this guy out? Yes, we can. As I say, I'm guessing this is the science accolade, but they're still on their feet. Now then, we have a door to clear here, and you just know there's going to be hostiles on the other side. So, alright, turbo lift. Fine, turbo lift to the brig. What kind of crew has so many problems that their brig is on its own level? Anyway. Yoink. Hey guys. Right, let's just pop out this EMP. Oh look, your weapons. They are not working anymore. Very handy. Nice equalizer, that one. Fine, then we need to just clear this next group. Looks like a 1 minute 30 cooldown, more or less. Come on. Oh, look, we got the expose again. Blast. Okay, security grid's offline. Jirok does not look in great shape, does she? Well, let's switch this off and try not to find the button marked summary execution. There we go. Welcome back. Well, you lost your ship, Commander. Okay, just one Vardra indeed, we noticed. The bridge is still contested, and yeah. Okay, is it wise for you to remain here alone? Yeah, we noticed. Well, let's go take out this Winter Soldier. Can't just beam him into space? I mean, that would probably be the quickest solution. Nope, looks like we're going to have to go fight the Mega Boss. Okay, Commander Jirok requires your assistance. Look, Lieutenant, I require your assistance. Follow me. Turbo lift to the bridge. And yeah, Thaler on core. Well, maybe we can make use of this. Okay, well, hopefully there's one here we can assist. I imagine there's a... Nope, they're all dead. He knew what he was doing. Where is he? Ambush. Okay, what's he up to? Disable the automatic weapon systems. Done. Okay, he was attempting to open fire on the ship. Okay, find that Vardwa. More likely, follow the screaming. Just shoot him. Repeatedly. Okay. And the singularity implodes, which basically takes the whole ship out, including him. Somehow I don't think death is on his list of priorities, but we are heading for main engineering. And does anyone else think this looks suspiciously like the situation we had in the trailer? Okay. What's the plan? They can't use it. They destroy them with their own singularity. Okay, so what's the theory? So basically we're going to... Basically we're going to set fire to him. What's the problem? There's a shield around the core. So we need to trick him and... Yes, so basically... Can't we just transport the Vardra out into space? First thing I tried. Oh, terrific. Yes, we noticed. Okay, Cryptic, you figured that one out. Let's go irritate a super powerful Vardwa, because this is entirely a smart thing to do. How do we get to the core anyway? This way? Yes, this looks promising, doesn't it? Aha! Overseer Relene, I'm not sure how we know your name. Okay, and don't stand in the red circles. So let's help Lieutenant Terrell back up. Okay. Let's go irritate him. Yeah, this is definitely the scene from the trailer. Again, I want this as an upgraded scimitar. Oh, great. He knows what I aim. That's why gourmets are there. The scene calls over. Where's your pride, Zavada? You have to use a singularity to kill me? Ha! But I'll survive. I can transport myself out of here. Oh, nice touch. Interesting. Yes. Learn to live with disappointment. Also, let's go get him mad. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Come on. Kirk roll through the plasma. Focus fire. And then orbital barrage. Come on, come on, come on. Target, target, target. Okay. Packed a wallop, but pour it on. Interestingly, he's not gone for his super melee again. Okay. No matter. Through you come. Bingo. Straight in. Stupid AI. I love it. And let's hit him with the orbital strike again. Yoink. Not sure if that actually did anything, but fine, we'll just keep hitting him. Let's finish this. What's he doing? Oh, he's going to try to get the core going. Just keep shooting him. Aha! Reinforcements! I want this guy's body armor, I really do. Come on, he's going over the side. Someone's going to knock him over. What about a grenade? Next to a singularity core? Are you kidding? Apparently, no, she's not kidding. Yoink! And, right, he's done a Palpatine. Yes, I'm guessing a bigger gun. And he's off to the holodeck. Fine, well, as long as he's running the simulations and not Vulcan Love Slave Volume 23. Anyhow, Sub-Commander, okay. Gonna be sore in the morning, but the singularity is stabilised. Excellent, looking forward to it, Sub-Commander. How we stopped the invincible Vardua. Indeed, did we stop him? Okay. If there are any more out there, why is he practically invincible? Let me know the results. It's a shame you chuck the body down there. I don't suppose someone could go down and get it. Anyhow, Jirok, what have you got to say? What made so powerful? Okay, so we did get a few scans. Good luck with the repairs. And he was reflecting it as heat. Okay, so that'll be an interesting option. And now we can beam back to the ship. So we have Vardua super soldiers. I suppose maybe we can overheat them. Is that all we have to do? Turn the heating up? Huh. Well, I suppose it's one way to do it. The Gorn will love it. They love warm temperatures. Anyhow, Super Vardua. Yeah, losing the Lasette would be a major blow, and they're resorting to boarding parties. Okay. As I recall, the way Picard discovered how to fight the Borg boiled down to blow up the damn ship, Jean-Luc. Anyhow, that is that. The end of Capture the Flag. And we have got an exothermic induction field Mark 13 and a science kit Mark 13 as well. That's career specific. And next time it will be on to the Dragon's Deceit. It still would have been nice to get the stats on that tactical orbital strike, but didn't really have a good opportunity. Also, what has this done to my hotbar? Grr. Honestly. Tricobalt's back on autofire. Half the tactical powers have disappeared. Half the set powers have disappeared. Cryptic, cryptic, cryptic. This needs looking at very, very rapidly. But that's a problem for the next build. And until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, farewell.